1990 Coca-Cola Classic between Tony Kelly and Mark Ramsay. Kelly, to get into this final, beat Pat Walwork, Jenny Hertrick and Terry Whittle in the first of the step-ladder finals. Mark Ramsay, he seeded 5th in the step-ladder final. He beat Steve Lovell in round 1 and Chris Batson in round 2. This is Ramsay's first shot. Joining me in the commentary position is Terry Wenband. Ramsay now was out, dead keen for that perfect start.
Yes, that was a great shot by Mark. He's got the ball well out. Ball comes back, just lose that corner pin. That's just a little bit of a bad break, but a good solid start. You'll see there the ball goes out really wild, dives back in. Nothing touches the 7, he leaves it. He's just got to make the spare. This stage of the game, we don't want to open any frames and let anybody in early. Just got to cover this, make sure of it.
You heard it all the way. He was dead right.
Yeah, he was pleased with that shot. You could hear it halfway down. He was happy. Good spare, good start.
Tony Kelly, his career highlights, 4th place in the Brisbane Cup this year. He made it to the 6th round of the high roller in Las Vegas. That, of course, is part of the winning prize this year for the 1990 Coke Classic winner. He's a 2 times member of the state team. Last year, a fantastic effort in this exact tournament. And again, a little wayward, as we saw in his first step-ladder semi-final against Terry Whittle. It was all over the shop.
Yes, Chris, well, he just got that ball down. Got it out a bit too wide on the right-hand lane there. You see, he twisted a little in his body. Not happy with it, just takes 7. All he can do is go back. You'll see here on pin cam. The ball just goes past, takes them all out. Just got to go back, pick up the spare. It'll be the same as Mark, and just try and get a strike up. Let's see if he gets this. Oh. Well, that was really wayward. He was obviously aiming for the other side of the head pin there, and he's just thrown the ball out wide. I think that's nerves. The first frame, he's just thrown it out wide. It hasn't come back. See here, he's just way wide. He's couldn't believe it. Pin slips right between. See here on pin cams. This will give everyone a good idea of how far it is between those pins. That pin was fully stretched out between the middle. Well, he's overcorrected there. He's gone the other side, gone to the Brooklyn. He's got 9. He's not looking very good at the moment. You'll see here, he's put the ball down. Put the ball more straight down the line. The ball's jumped across. Just left the coil 5. Gives him 9. He's got to go back and pick it up and put that first frame error right out of his mind. See if he can do it. He needs to get a solid spare here. It's also give him an opportunity to practice his strike. Good spare. That's a good thing when you leave a 5 pin. You can go out there and practice your strike shot if you're a bit wayward. And it gives you an opportunity to line up.
Mark Ramsay, he's had a great year in 1990. The South Pacific Classic, the New South Wales Open, the Brisbane Cup and the Redcliffe City Open. Of course, in 89, he was the Cool Foam Classic winner, the New South Wales Open winner, the Queensland Open winner. He seeded 5th in this tournament, and he's had a couple of good wins on the way to this match. Let's see what he can do. No, not on target yet.
Well, he's just not getting the strike. He's put 2 good shots down. He's got left 2 ringing 7s. He's just got to get it together.
Would that play on his mind as we look at the style of Mark Ramsay, that he's put the perfect ball down but hasn't got 10?
Well, at this stage of the match, I don't think so. Because Tony's opened the first frame, there's no pressure on him, so he just wants to keep it in the pocket, but he's got a spare.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. He's practicing his run up there. He might have been a bit wary about that one.
Well, he might have stuck on the first ball, and that could be a reason why he left the 7 pin, but I don't think it'll be a problem. But while he's got the ball in the pocket, he's happy, he's smiling. You'll see there on the pin cam, the ball picking up the 7 pin the proper way. He'll just go out there, keep putting the ball in the pocket.
Winner of this contest, of course, goes on to play Andrew Drew in our 3rd step-ladder final. The loser bows out, takes 5th place and $1,500 in the 1990 Coca-Cola Classic.
Well, Chris, I don't know why he sent the ball out a bit further. Maybe he thought that he would send it further and hit it harder, try and get the ball back. You'll see here he sends it right out on the lane. It's right out, comes back too late behind the head pin. He's left himself a difficult spare and let Tony in. See, the ball jumps right at the end, right behind the headpin. Now, he's left himself a difficult spare. He's got to run the ball across and put the headpin into the 7-pin. He really, if he makes this, it'll be a very good confidence boost.
Oh, what a fantastic shot, Terry.
That's exactly what you've got to do. You know, he's left 2 7-pins. He's left the split. Tony's sitting on the bench thinking, well, you know, maybe if he misses, he can let me back in. But you'll see here, he's thrown the perfect spare, thrown it out. The ball jumps late, straight over into the 7-pin. Never looked like missing. A great spare. Perfect execution there from the 29-year-old Brisbane City Council foreman who's been bowling for 11 years. Now the pressure back on Tony Kelly. Well, you see Tony's got up there through a great shot. He's left a corner pin. It's very tight. I think they're both nervous, to be honest. I think that's the reason we're seeing the corner pins left. Why Tony threw the wide shot on the spare in the first frame. You see her on pin cam. Just goes straight through the 6-pin ringing round the 10. Just leaves him the 10-pin to pick up. He needs to pick it up. He has to stay in touch.
Rode that gutter very closely that time.
Well, he flattens the ball out slightly for his spare, so that was a good spare. He'll be very, very happy with that. You'll see here his hand just not as much on the ball. Thumb up. Just hangs on the end.
Mark Ramsay in front by 7 pins in this, the second step ladder final in the 1990 Coca-Cola Classic. Back with more after this break. For the $1 million high roller tournament. Let's have a look at this. Very wide indeed, almost rolled into the gutter.
Yes, he's looking for something out a bit wider. He's thrown the shot wide on that lane before, and he left the bucket. He threw a little bit wider that time, hoping to pick up a bit of dry boards. A couple of dry boards to bring the ball back, and that was way wide. He's left himself a mess. He's gone to the harder ball. This will be interesting. I'd have used my strike ball personally and tried to just bowl a strike shot and get the ball into the pocket.
Let's have a look. The action called here by Terry Wenban. Let's see if he's right.
Go through.
Well, I thought that was a bit of a mistake. I think he should have gone with his strike ball, because even if he'd have gone through the nose, he had a lot of area there to get the spare. Because if he'd gone straight through the nose, he'd carry all those pins. But he's gone to play the shot. He's gone to try and pick it up. No, I'd have used my strike ball and just gone straight through the nose.
Now a golden opportunity for Tony Kelly. At this stage, 21 pins behind. We're at the bottom of the 5th frame. Mark Ramsay discussing, a member of the audience, what happened. Let's have a look at Kelly now. Yes, that's the first strike of the match. We've waited 5 frames and it's come up at an opportune moment for Tony Kelly.
That's right, Chris. You've got Tony getting a strike here, puts him into the lead. Look at this. It's just a great shot. He just responds so well. You can see there gritting his teeth. That's the aggression we need. That's what he needs to hump himself up. Gets into it, loves it, pin cam, straight through the great shot. 10 in the pit. That's what he wants to do.
We said it in an earlier match, Terry, that this man thrives on pressure. And at the moment, there's a lot on him, but he's responding magnificently.
He really does. He doesn't bowl a lot, but he is a great pressure player.
Oh, dear, yes, look at that. There's the reaction, and you can understand why, because that pin wasn't going to fall, and eventually it did. I think he willed it over.
That's right, Chris. You know, that was a great shot, straight in the pocket. He thought it was 10 all the way. Then the pin stands there. It's a terrible blow to the heart. You'll see here, gets through the ball, puts his ball down. Great shot, looking right in the eye. He's given it 10. It stands there, just falls over, and he's ecstatic.
Yeah, that's 10-pin bowling at its best, and there's Richard Chapman, the head of Coca-Cola here in Queensland.
There's Tony there sipping on a Coke. He's doing the right thing.
Sponsor and bowler happy at this stage.
Back up.
Mark Ramsay, oh dear, that was an interesting mix. I think the pin cam and the replay will show that one. Applause from his opponent.
That's right, Chris. That's the type of shot that Mark likes to play. You know, he's a splash bowler. He likes to get the ball rotating a lot. He likes to get the ball up onto the head pin, mixing the pins. The pins do the work. He likes it. See here on pin cam. Pin off the side wall, takes them all out, gives him 10. He's a lot happier man now.
A great result, Mark Ramsay, with something to smile about. We'll take a short break here on Nine's Wide World of Sport. Back with the action shortly. Back to the action. The The 1990 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic from Browns Plains Tenpin in Brisbane. Mark Ramsay at the moment trailing Tony Kelly by 9 pins. But he is coming off a strike, and a very good one at that, and looking to build here, Terry.
Yes, well, Chris, he needs to get a strike going here. If he can get this roll going, the same as in his previous match with Chris Batson, he just needs to get a roll going, and he can come out with 6, 7 strikes. He can do it. He can get it out there. Well, you can see he's calling for the ball to hold. He's a little confused now why it didn't hold up. He's gone back. You know, he almost could have left himself a nasty spare there, but he's got away with 9, but it's not enough at this stage of the game. You'll see there the ball through the nose, that pin jumping around, just taking out the 7. See here, he's come more through the ball, wanting to keep it longer, but it's just jumped at the end. Gives him 9. He's got to go out and make the spare.
That'll do, he says. Certainly will. You make sure of that closed frame now.
Well, at this stage, every pin is vital. Anything can happen in these matches. Tony, you know, anyone can do anything. People can all of a sudden stop striking awfully. You can throw 5 counts, and as Mark did in the 5th frame, anything can happen in this game. It's really a concentration. You'll see there Tony taking a little bit of extra time, gritting his teeth already. He's serious about this shot.
My word, this could be the turning point. Mark Ramsay realises that.
That's
right.
right.
Him to look up.
No, he knows that if Tony gets a strike here, he can almost put it away.
Knew that wasn't successful from the moment it left the hand.
Yeah, he's not very happy with that one. Disappointed with himself. He's left himself a nasty split, or a nasty spare, sorry. You see, he gets the ball out wider, a little bit too wide, hangs up on the thumb a little bit, comes back late, behind the head pin, loses the 2-4-5.
As you said at the beginning, Kelly had the perfect opportunity to shut out his opponent, keep a roll happening. Now, Ramsay realises he is in with a chance.
That's right. You'll see there, Mark's a lot happier right now.
Look at that, the pressure.
Well, this is what I mean. We've seen it in previous matches and in previous Cokes. Anything can happen. People can look like winners and all of a sudden be losers in an instant. It's a very, very hard game, this. People underestimate it. The pressure. People think that it's easy to hit the pins down the other end. It's not when you have to, especially not for big dollars.
It's easy when you're sitting in the armchair at home, the remote control watching.
Isn't it forever?
Let's see what he can do here. Can he get back on track? Yes, he can. That's it. That's what you need after a disappointing frame. Get back on track with a strike.
That's right. Well, you sit down now, like Tony's got to sit down now while Marco's out there and bowled 2 frames. So he wants to get good shots. He needs to get a strike up all the time so that Mark thinks when he's bowling that Tony's going to get a double. This is a great shot, a good reply after his spare, or after his miss. It's just great. Now, all the pressure's on Mark. Mark knows he has to strike now, or else he's virtually going to be dead.
Interesting enough there. Kelly keeping an eye on his opponent and the scoreboard. Not many do it. Oh, yes. Now we're in for a great finish in this match.
Well, now we're down to the dollars and cents end of the game. This is where Mark wants a double here. He gets psyched up. He's an aggressive player. You'll see there he's moved inside. He's lifted the ball out. Ball jumps back into the pocket. He likes it. He says, thank you. Great shot. That was a great shot. It's 10 in the pit.
Coming into the 9th. We've got Mark Ramsay up. He strikes out, 207. Tony Kelly then would have to strike out for a 209 and a win, so nothing in it, Terry.
Snap.
A little bit of luck again, as you say.
Yeah, that Brooklyn shot's been the winning shot. It's been the break that you need. You can hear him calling for the snap. He wanted that ball just to flip over and just jump over to that Brooklyn side. Knows he's dropped it a bit short. You can see the anguish on his face there. Asking for it to jump. He gets the result. That's what he wants. Good shot here. You see the ball going down the lane. Comes across. Gives him 10. He knows now. He's hit the front. You can see him there. He's happy. He's calm. Actually, Mark has excellent composure. He has one of the best composers out of all the top players, which is unusual. A lot of the guys just concentrate really, really hard.
Let's have a look at Kelly now. Any luck? No. Dear me. Unfortunate. That could be the real turning point now.
Well, it is. It's a good opportunity. He's got a strike there, just begging to have a double thrown upon it. And he's put in a good shot here. You'll see that. The soft 10. The 6-pin just doesn't get up to take the 10-pin. That means Mark's at the front. And Mark's on a roll. And Mark's just awesome when he's on a roll. He must make the spare.
Fortunately.
Well, unfortunately, there you'll see the ball dropped in the gutter and then jumped up and got the 10-pin. And, of course, that's not a spare. Once the ball hits the gutter, then it's dead. And it doesn't count, so it's just got to go down as a miss. See the ball falls down and jumps up out of the gutter because of the revolutions.
No luck there for Tony Kelly. He's in trouble in this second step ladder final on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Back for the completion in a moment. Welcome back to Browns Plains 10-pin. This is Tony Kelly. Had the game in his keeping at one stage. Let it slip right away, Terry.
Yes, he did. He really got back into the game. Like, neither player seemed to be doing anything. Mark just went through the first 4 frames with spares and then through the 5-3. Got Tony back into the game. He came back with a double, hit the front. Then he's opened a frame. Now he's not looking good. He needs the strike. He needed that one, and I think that's really sealed the match. I can't really think, well, I hope for Mark's sake, then don't want to put the Jonah on him, but I don't really think Mark's going to make that bad a mistake. He wanted to strike there, so the ball comes up high, lose the 4-pin. Just needs to go and pick up the spare and sit down and pray.
Makes the spare, dead on target that time. It's fallen away a little in this latter part of this second step ladder final.
Yes, well, you'll see here, he's just picking up the spare, but as we've said in previous shows, he was behind, he got back in the lead, and he's opened 2 out of 3 frames, both in the same lane. The game changes all the time.
That's a nice way to finish. Now he can sit down and let his opponent carry on in this second step ladder final. Mark Ramsay comes up to the spot.
As you see many, many times in this game, when the game's lost, you can get up there and strike freely. It's the pressure, the tension that you face. You see here, he just goes through, strokes the ball right through the ball, just doesn't, yeah, that's 10, thank you. Why couldn't I do that 10 frames ago, he says. But it's just the tension and the pressure that is in the game. It's just enormous. Well, that's just a bit of a break for Mark. He's not terribly concerned at the moment. Thrown the ball, knows he's won. He just goes back there and picks it up. You'll see here, pin spins around, takes it out. He just cuts the heart out of it. He'll just go back, pick up his spare.
Oh, just.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought he was going to miss it. But again, using another ball for his spares, which is really wise out here today. He has a strange player, Mark. He's either real brilliant or he's not so hot. He's a very hot and cold player, but he has a very good attitude, very devil-may-care attitude. And he goes out when he's on, he's real calm, and he just shows great composure.
That's it. Nice way to finish this second step ladder final. Mark Ramsay successful. Tony Kelly bows out. He picks up $1,500 and 5th place in the 1990 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. Mark Ramsay through to take on Andrew Drew in the next round.